This is Lacey Rice with KySports.TV here at Kentucky State University, talking to head coach Katrina English, the head coach of the volleyball team for the Thoroughbreds. How you doing today, Coach English?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great. Coach English comes to us from Temple Junior College in Temple, Texas, where she has coached for quite a few years. Before that, she had also coached on the NAIA level at St. Gregory's University in Shawnee, Oklahoma. So she does come to the Thoroughbreds with coaching experience. Coach, this is your first year at Kentucky State University.
Yes.
How have things been so far?
It's been outstanding. A lot of teamwork, good support with the staff. The girls are on the court working hard. Looking forward to a promising season.
Okay. You come into a different situation because this has been a very successful and probably over the course of like the last 7 years, probably the most successful volleyball program in the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. They had, of course, won a number of conference championships, and even last year won the conference championship. So you are actually taking over a defending conference championship team. How do you feel about that?
I'm excited. I plan to continue that. That's something that was a goal that I set for myself when I came here, and something I'm looking forward to doing.
Okay. How many athletes do you have from last year? Do you have a lot of the same young ladies here, or I believe that last year's team was a senior-heavy team. So did you have to bring in a lot of new athletes to the program?
I did. I brought in a whole new squad. I kept 4 returners, brought in 3 transfers, and the rest are freshmen. So I'm very freshman-heavy.
Okay. All right. Now, as far as this program goes, it has, like I said, gone to the NCAA tournament the last few years. And has had a great run through 2 other coaches. And so hopefully you'll be the 3rd coach to keep the dynasty going, so to say. And as far as like coaching here at the Division II level, I believe this is your first time at the Division II level?
Yes.
Okay. How was it at the junior college level and at the NAIA level?
I don't really think that the levels differ my coaching style. I think that, I'm always going to be competitive coming in to win whoever the opponent is. So I'm happy to be at this level. I expect to be successful at this level, and I think the girls are ready to work hard for me.
Okay. All right. With the girls that you brought in, were any of them your previous girls from last year?
Yes, I brought in 2 that have already played for me at Temple College, and I brought in 4 that were going to be freshmen at Temple College. So all of the girls that came with me came from Temple College.
Okay. Can you tell us about a few of them?
Landry Greathouse and Hannah Smyers are my captains. Those are my 2 sophomore transfers that came with me from Temple College. Great players, great leadership, want to win, looking for them to be leaders on and off the court. Standout freshman's going to be Jalen Roberts and Robin Poole. They bring the game. And Michaela Martin is also a big player. Have a lot of different options that I can use, a lot of different opportunities for people to excel.
Okay. Now, as far as the returners, who do you have as returners coming back from the defending champions?
I have Brooke Moore, Sierra Couch, Ariana Gregory, and Aisha Cruz.
Okay, all right. And I'm sure that you're looking for them to also step up as leaders on the team.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
They've been here before. They've played the opponents. I'm expecting them to show leadership as well. Everybody has a leadership role. I think the stronger we become as leaders, the stronger we'll be as a united force.
Okay, all right. As far as recruiting, you mentioned that you did bring in a lot of new recruits. Are they from various states, or were you able to recruit a lot in Kentucky or in the surrounding states?
I brought in a lot of girls from Texas,
Okay.
which is where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
One girl from Kentucky,
Mm-hmm.
one girl from Iowa,
Mm-hmm.
but most of the team is from Texas.
Okay. Okay.
I look forward to reaching out to all areas for my upcoming recruiting classes, but this particular class wanted to stay with me, and
Mm-hmm.
I welcomed them.
Okay. Now, we are primarily broadcasted in Kentucky, and so as far as your coaching style and what you hope to get out of recruits from the state of Kentucky, can you share with prospects or with prospective coaches who you hope to have a relationship with, why they should come to Kentucky State?
Well, I'm hoping that my record will speak volumes on that. All coaches are looking for great terminating players, six rotation kids, great ball handling kids, and leadership. Kids on the court and off the court that set a positive example. So, if any of those players are interested, come.
Okay, all right. Now, your past teams, do you have more of a defensive type style or offensive attacking style?
The style per game depends on the opponent.
Okay.
Defense wins games. I am a true believer of that, so I do believe in really enforcing strong defense. But the offensive plays that we will run will depend on the opponent that we play.
Okay. Okay. Now, so that people get a better idea of who you are. And you are a former volleyball player yourself.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit about your experience as a volleyball player?
Well, my first year I played at Texas Women's University, Division II in Dallas, Texas. And then I transferred to Houston Baptist University, which was an NAIA D1. And we were second in the nation, so I've been a part of all competitive winning programs as a player and as a coach. So winning is just in me. It's something that I live for. And as a coach and a player, I try to instill that in my players so that they can have the same success that I did.
Okay. Now another dynasty that the women volleyball team has had at Kentucky State is that it's been the leader in the classroom. It's predominantly had the highest GPA for each of the sports at Kentucky State University.
Yes.
How do you plan to continue that streak?
Well, my players know that you're a student first, and so they have mandatory study hall hours if their GPA is not where it's supposed to be. But I brought in players with 4.0s, 3.6, and so forth. So I'm not really expecting that to be an issue, but it is something that we do monitor.
Okay. Well, since you've played at the Division II level and you've played NAIA and you've coached junior college as well, what is the difference, say, in the approach? No, you said at Houston Baptist you were second in the nation. Do you feel that the the competition there is the same like at the NCAA Division II level as far as the chances? Because I know with the NAIA, that's one of the things that they preach, is that with us, the athletes have a greater chance of making the postseason than they do at the NCAA level. Is that something else that you have looked at or have considered?
I think the competition at all levels is great. The desire for all teams to make it to postseason in all levels is something that all coaches are reaching for, as myself. So in comparison of the levels, I don't really think it's a difference in the desire to make it to postseason or the competition is, that broad. It's just maybe the exposure and support.
Okay. And so you've been able to, I assume, to translate your past experiences into the young ladies who you coach now and have coached in the past, as far as success, looking for success, and being successful not only on the court but also in the classroom and in life.
Yes, yes. I mean, I hope so. You know, that's my goal. I'm here to build leaders on and off the court. All these girls are not going to continue to play volleyball throughout their life. They're going to do other things, and they have to be prepared for that. I really preach mental toughness. It's a big thing for me. So with that, you know, I hope that my previous players, current players, will always remember that you have to have mental toughness in life to be successful. So I hope that I have instilled that in my past players and my current players.
Okay. So now, being the new kid on the block, as far as the coaching staff here at Kentucky State, how have things been as far as your relationships to the other coaches? Have they been ready to embrace you? Have they brought you in as one of their own, or are they kind of still filling you out?
It's been some of both. You know, when you meet somebody new, you have to fill them out. That's natural human nature. But everybody's been very supportive and welcoming. You know, whatever I need, they're there to help me through it. And likewise, you know, I've developed some very good relationships with everybody.
Okay. Have you been able to meet a lot of alumni yet?
Not yet, but that is something that I'm looking forward to.
Okay. As far as alumni, how can they help your program?
Attendance. You know, I want them to be there to see the growth and to see the young ladies excel, and then through that, they can make that decision. You know, but I like to see them in the games, in the stands, cheering for us.
Okay. Well, not only alumni, but the community as well. Have you met many people from the community, and what do you expect out of the community?
Well, I've only been here a couple months, so I haven't met that many people. I've met some in different businesses. The community would be welcomed at our game. I'd love the community to support us and be at our games. So, you know, the more the merrier. Just, you know, our first home game is September 14th, and it is a Blackout Night. So the more that people come, wear black, help us support the team and the program, that would be outstanding. Okay.
Now, this Blackout Night, can you explain that more for people who are not familiar with that?
Well, it's really just to wear black and help us black out the opponent, just to show your loyalty to the team. So.
Okay, so it's not going to be one of those things where the lights are real dim in the gym.
Well, you never know. We may have some surprises.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, we won't try to push you for those surprises or anything. Okay,
but it will be a great game, and I like to see a lot of people in the stands.
Okay, and who do you play on that day?
We play Georgetown.
Okay, all right. And there's going to be a lot of history there because I think Georgetown is one of those programs that plays Kentucky State every year, even though they're NAIA and Kentucky State is NCAA Division II.
Yes.
Now, as far as the schedule, did you have any input on the schedule this year, or was it already set when you came in?
Most of the games were set. There were some open slots that I tried to fill in some try matches so we could get more matches in the days that we had. But our schedule is challenging. Especially preseason. It's going to prepare us for the tournaments and clusters.
Okay, all right. Can you tell us about some of maybe the top or the better squads that you're going to play at the beginning of your schedule to help you prepare?
We're going to play Lewis University, Rockhurst. Gosh, everybody. I mean, Salem International. Everybody's going to be bringing us tough squad. Like you said, Georgetown, we face Midway next Tuesday. You know, I think we have a target on our back right now just because we have been winning. So when we approach every game, we're going to have to go out there and just really give it to them.
Okay. Do you have any matches down in Florida this year?
No, we do not.
Okay. All right. How about Texas?
I wish. But no, the closest we go to Texas is in Alabama.
Okay. All right.
But we will be looking to move that way, you know, because a lot of the girls are from Texas, and until we get that live streaming, you know, a lot of the parents want to see the girls play. So
Okay. So now in Alabama, I'm assuming that you're playing Spring Hill.
it's the crossover. Yes, it's one of the teams we will compete against.
Okay, and Spring Hill has actually been the one challenging squad for Kentucky State, and they have not been eligible for postseason play because they were transitioning into NCAA Division II.
Yes.
So they had to go through that probation period, but I believe, and I might be mistaken, this is going to be the first year of their postseason play?
No, they are still not going to be able to participate from what I'm been told. Either way, they're still an opponent that we're wanting to take down.
Okay, all right. So now this particular program, I think, besides last year, the previous years, they've primarily only lost had one match loss in conference. And that's very impressive. Last year was 3, even though there was a lot of turmoil last year, and the coach did not finish out the season with the team. Fortunately, she was able to coach the girls up to a level that they would be able to carry on without her, and they, of course, won conference, went to the tournament, and everything else like that. So, with that coming in. As a new coach, is that one of your goals to only have like maybe one or less, one loss or unbeaten in the conference?
I mean, that's always a coach's goal. I don't think anybody has higher expectations for me than I do for myself. And I commend previous coaches that have been able to, aid the girls, and especially last year through those trying times.
Okay. And so, as we get ready to wrap up, can you tell us a little more about some of your experiences, even going back? Were you one of those players that played club? And do you look for a lot of girls who've had that experience over the years that they've played club and maybe have some of the more advanced playing experience than, to say, an athlete who only played in high school and maybe junior high school or middle school?
Well, I started volleyball late myself as a player. I did not start playing club to my junior year. I played basketball and volleyball in high school. So I don't narrow my search down to specifically players that play club, because some great volleyball players are playing basketball. Some of them are playing softball. Some of them are running track. I love multi-sport athletes. I mean, they're true athletes, So as far as a specific type of player, I'm looking for a player that wants to win.
Okay. Well, I'm not trying to recruit or anything for track and field or softball, but so you saying that you had no problems maybe sharing athletes between yourself and another sport?
I mean, I'm here to make the school better. So if we have players that would like to compete in a different sport, I welcome that.
Okay.
I love for them to all be out there running the 400. Run! That just keeps them in better shape for my sport. So.
Right. Say do something during all season besides just sleeping.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right. And you just had to point out the 400, one of the tougher races.
God. I ran the 400 maybe 2 times. 2 times. And I was like, nope, 200s and down. 200s and down.
Okay. And so you were one of the ones, because I've talked to other coaches in the past too from other sports, and especially women coaches, seem like a lot of them have some kind of experience in high school basketball, where it was like, okay, I played basketball in high school, but what got me to the big dance was this other sport.
Right.
And so, do you think that helps a lot also? I mean, I know track and field, and I'm not saying that because I have a bias towards track and field because I'm a track and field coach.
Okay.
But do you think that basketball also has some skill development that helps other sports?
Not just basketball. I mean, tennis, the arm swing, track, like you said. You know, I think all sports kind of correlate together in some sense and help the athlete become more agile, flexible, things like that. I just like basketball because I can relate to basketball because I play basketball, and I know if you can jump up there and rebound that ball, you can probably jump up there and, you know, slam it down. So,
Right.
I don't care if they play field hockey. You know, as long as they are an athlete, a true athlete, and want to win. You know.
Okay. All right. Well, Coach, as we wrap this up, we want to give you this opportunity to give a shout out to your past mentors, coaches, family members, anyone who you felt or feel who helped you get to where you are now.
Well, definitely my family. They're very supportive. My mom, my grandmother, my sister are just great. You know, just listening to me and giving me great feedback. As far as coaches, Christine Smyers and Katie Platt. You know, I just want to thank them for mentoring me. You know, I truly believe that with their guidance, I am where I am today. So, you know, it's always great to have people in your corner. I can't name them all, so I hope nobody's offended. But, you know, you are appreciated. And also Mary Reese. Great girl.
Okay. All right. Well, Coach, we want to thank you very much for taking this time out to be with us and to talk to us, and for an opportunity to help you promote your particular team to the rest of Kentucky who might be unfamiliar with Kentucky State University volleyball. And so with that, we thank you once again.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing your development throughout the year.
Okay, remember, 9/14, Blackout Night.
Okay.
All right.